It's another chilly spring morning here in southern Arizona. Winter is still hanging on. 2 days ago, I was out in the backyard checking out Mount Lemon, and a little bit later Patrick called trying to figure out what we're going to do today. And we came up with the idea, actually he suggested it, to try the Fish Creek peaks. And so with the weather being the way it is, snow still on the higher peaks, a lot of the prominence peaks now further and further away from home, we figured today would be the best day to come out here and attempt this Fish Creek ridgeline and see what happens. So this could be one peak, this could be 4 peaks, this could be 2 or 3. We're gonna get up to the first one, which is Fish Creek Peak. Even if we don't get one peak, it's still a nice hike in itself just to get down here into this canyon, walk this old road, see the scenery here, and we're gonna enjoy it no matter what. Yeah, we were saying it's crazy how these rocks all kind of stopped right here. You'd think they would just kept going. And there's a little path now that everyone's made around it. Keep your head up, just in case it happens again. All right, Patrick and I have made it to our off-trail point. So there's looking back at the road coming down the slope over there. We are 2 3/4 miles into the hike already, and not even started with the off-trail yet, but we're gonna head up the slope right here and hopefully find the gap in the cliffs somewhere up there. We made it up to this little ledge here below the base of the first cliff that we were aiming towards, and we're heading east to hopefully a break in the cliffs over here. So pretty nice looking canyon up here. Creek's flowing pretty substantially. Nice little waterfalls. I saw the peak earlier, a peak. I think it's Fish Creek Peak, but I'm not 100% certain. All right, that point out there may be Fish Creek Peak. I'm not sure, but judging by what I've seen on the satellite image, that could be it. So we'll find out. We'll keep heading up the canyon. All right, Patrick and I are discussing our strategy here, but what we're gonna do is head up somewhere on this slope here to the west side of the peak, and then just see if we can find a route somewhere over there. Maybe on the south side something will be better. Well, Patrick and I have been slipping and sliding our way up the slope here. It's pretty slick with a lot of moss and loose rock and just shoes being wet. But we've kind of reached a level or more, gradual slope, which will take us up to the base of the peak. There are some potential routes right here. However, we can't be sure until we get on there exactly how steep it is, but it looks like some of this will be okay at least. Yeah, this is not quite as steep as it looks from further away right here. So we should be able to at least make it up to where those ocotillos are and then see what the rest of it looks like.
Yeah, if you cut left, I think you'll be fine.
There's a more gradual slope to the right, but we're gonna try to head straight up right here. If not, we'll backtrack and go that way.
Yeah, I think this is it.
Cool.
Sweet.
We made it. This is the summit of Fish Creek Peak. So this is gonna be the only peak for today. We're definitely not going for the other ones, even though it is early. Just not feeling up to it. So the next one, which is marked as Black Cross Butte up there, is actually a little further back than that point, the real high point. We summited Black Cross Butte to the west of here in the summer. I don't know why two peaks so close would have the same name. And then looking south more, Tortilla Mountains right there, and then we can't even see the ridge line from here, Superstition Ridgeline Front Range. But looking out towards the Goldfield Mountains, you can see the Golden Dome. And then the McDowell Mountains. Then over here northeast is Aztec Peak, covered in clouds right now, the summit. All right, the gap that we came through from the road before we entered the canyon is right there. That's the way we came up, and then we worked our way up to the west side of this peak and then up here. All right, this may be a little tough to make out, but you can see the road, whatever it's called, State Route 88, wrapping around the one slope. So that's a lot farther than what it seems like it would be based on the map. If we do come back in the future for the other ones, which, you know, we have a better idea what to expect, we'll obviously just head to the east side of this, somewhere right down there, and then work our way up the ridge. The ridge walk itself and all that doesn't look too bad, other than maybe the grass and a little bit of vegetation here and there. But that's the thing too now with this, I mean, all that grass growing down below is gonna dry out, and all that stuff is gonna be that, whatever it is, the grass seed that just sticks in your socks and you can't get out. You know, probably within a few months, it's gonna be pretty rough. So, I mean, we definitely got this in at a good time. All right, leaving the summit to Fish Creek Peak. The only peak for today, but I think this was worth it by itself, especially the scenery, you know, all the way up here, the little climbing sections, and then the canyon too. Yeah, we came up this section and then we had to just go down slope a little bit, and then the other climbing section is a little further to the west. Well, we looked around a little bit on the top, but not extensively. There may be other routes, but this also may be it right here. At least, you know, routes that you're going to potentially kill yourself on. That's the route right there, where those two ocotillos are. See, it's this grass right here, I think, that's going to be really bad in a couple months once it dries out. Patrick's taking his customary wait for Zach to shut up so we can get going, break. And the gap is right over there. The creek does flow down, but I don't know if that would be doable. There may be cliffs at some point. Although it is, you know, possibly worth exploring sometime, but either way, this is probably faster just going up to here anyway. So we're at the gap. We have probably a 500-foot descent or so back down to the road from here. We made it back to the road. There's the gap up there. If you do this peak, or at least go up to the canyon and just shoot for below that overhang up there, it's not a bad slope, a little loose in places. Although it is deceptive, the peak is actually the second one in the back. But yeah, I'm looking right at Fish Creek Peak. And the other one in the foreground looks like it could be it, but it's not. It's one of the little peaks we were seeing from up there.